Greetings. I am Commander Sherman speaking to you from our starships. I say, starships because there are many of us now who are maintaining a constant connection with Gaia within the higher fourth and fifth dimensional versions of her reality. Humans have adapted a belief, or prejudice, that only third-dimensional humans are alive, and everything else goes under the category of nature, as if the human category was more important than the category of nature. The fact is that nature could, and did, survive and thrive much better before humans became civilized. In reality, the non-civilized humans were much more in tune with, and in cohesion with nature, than what has been called the modern man. The modern man has created untold damage and destruction to all forms of nature, such as the trees, mountains, animals, fish, birds, insects, as well as the cycles of unity with all life. The cycle of unity with all life begins at the birth of any of the elements of nature and continues to include the entire planet. It is the now for humanity to remember what they innately knew as children but forgot when they grew up, which is everything is alive. Even the things that humans use in their daily life are surrounded by the living auras of every being that has ever touched them. Do you know that you leave the fingerprint of your energy field on everything or person that you ever touch? As long as one is ignorant of that fact, they can behave as if they do not have that power. However, you all do have that power, and every human affects your reality with a single thought, touch, emotion, or interaction. That is why humans were once called the keepers of the land. Unfortunately, to an alarming extent, humanity did not keep the land. Instead, they destroyed it. In fact, humanity also destroyed the air, which diminished the sun's power to transmute your reality. Instead of transmuting Earth into a higher frequency, the great beings of the sun needed to heal the harm that humanity had inflicted on Gaia. Humanity has also tainted the water, which is vital for all life to grow into its strongest potential, and treated the earth element as if it were dirt. Humanity created so much smog that many of the sun's higher rays of light have been screened out. Furthermore, humans have tainted the water with the waste material of the many things that they create. But now that era is ending. Now Mother Gaia is to be recognized as the home on which that every one of her children were born to protect and maintain. But first, Gaia's children need to grow up into responsible adults. Within this now a new era is dawning. This is the era where humanity will learn to seek in rather than to seek above. They will no longer have an invisible God who is somewhere up in the sky, in fact, up in the very sky that humanity tainted by choosing profit over ecology. The pathway to God is not determined by the physical destinations of up, over, around, or under. God is within each and every human, even the ones who have fallen into, or been forced into darkness, such as children of the Illuminati. Each and every human is a portal through which heaven can manifest on earth. But what is heaven? Heaven is the freedom of the combined qualities of wisdom, power, and love working as one. Infinite wisdom, multidimensional power, and unconditional love are the qualities to which humanity is returning as they re-embrace their fifth-dimensional and above expressions of infinite wisdom, multidimensional power, and unconditional love. Where do I find these qualities? Many ask. The answer is that you find these qualities within your own earth vessel, within your own high heart, which will assist you to connect your earth vessel self into your own fully awakened light body, which is within your own physical body self. How do I make this connection? You ask. The answer is that you were born with that connection. However, the hardships and challenges of a third-dimensional life made you forget. You also forgot because of safety issues. Those who remembered and tried to share the truth were often taunted, ignored, harmed, or even killed. Fortunately, that experience is coming to a conclusion. When the third dimension was the primary dimension of habitation, the polarities of such a low frequency created separation and limitation from your own higher self and from the planet on which your Earth vessel was born. You chose to take a vessel of the same frequency and elements as Earth to assist with Gaia's planetary ascension. Many humans talk about their personal ascension, but all of you are already ascended. The multidimensional you already lives in the higher dimensions. All of these versions of your multidimensional self wear a form that resonates to the frequency of each of those dimensions. Humanity came to Earth again and again to heal the wounds that you left on Gaia's Earth, in her air and water, as well as her land. Because you had not cleaned up your room. You could not play in the fifth dimension until you had completed the cycle of your third-dimensional life. To complete the cycle of your third-dimensional life, you are called on to transmute all the residue of all your third, fourth-dimensional incarnations on Earth. Unfortunately, you could not clear your incarnational residue until you are awake enough in your physical form to call on your innate multidimensional qualities. Once aware of your own multidimensional qualities, you are able to do on Earth what you had promised to do for Earth before you took your Earth vessel. Unfortunately, far too many of you got lost in the allure of individuality. Therefore, you forgot that individuality was not a toy to play with. Individuality was, and is, a focus point. Individuality is the tip of a pen through which you write your individual statements. Individuality is the focus point of what you see, hear, smell, touch, and therefore, perceive as your reality. However, each individual has their own reality and their own personal experience of life in the third dimension. Once you are living within your third-dimensional expression of self, you are bound to Earth's third-dimensional law of cause and effect that governs that frequency of Gaia's reality. If you wish to leave that frequency of Gaia's multidimensional planet, just like a hiker, you need to pack out your trash. In order for you to exit your third-dimensional experience, you need to collect your trash, put it into your backpack and leave Gaia exactly as you found her. In fact, please leave Gaia better than you found her. Within this now of Gaia's ascension process, you need to leave Gaia in better shape than she was when you entered your present incarnation. Much like the hiker, you must make sure that you have collected all of the trash that you have ever left from any and all of your former hikes incarnations into the third dimension. In fact, you are being called on to pack out all the trash that has ever been left by anyone who has ever taken a hike into the third dimension. You see, the third-dimensional trails are now under construction and will be closed due to roadwork. Only the members of the cleanup team are coming to Gaia now. The reason for this is because those who still function under the 3D habit of me first will not be allowed to enter into this ascension game. This ascension game has reached a point of critical shift, and those whose focus is on the darkness and or power over others will no longer be allowed to play there. The ones who have not yet learned that energy out is energy back or how to live within and share the energy field of unconditional love are being redirected to another third, fourth dimensional planet. Gaia is now under construction to become a fifth dimensional planet. She is happily accepting souls who wish to participate in her reconstruction, but will not allow those who wish to have power over others, as their birth plan. In fact, even those who have left their residue of darkness on Gaia, and wish to transmute that energy, will be redirected to the fourth dimensional frequency of Gaia, which will remain open until the construction of the fifth dimensional Gaia is complete. Within the fourth dimensional frequency of Gaia's aura, energy out is instantly returned as energy back. Therefore, if one's third-dimensional experiences have not been completed by taking full responsibility for their energy out, and then by transmuting their own darkness fear into light unconditional love, they will be redirected to another third-dimensional planet. Therefore, as there is less and less negative energy left on Gaia's planetary body by irresponsible humans, Gaia will more easily be able to transmute and rebirth into her fifth-dimensional octave of self. In fact, within your now, many higher beings from the galaxy are surrounding Earth. Some of the inhabitants of these ships are sharing their consciousness with the awakened human, who are often third-dimensional expressions of their own multidimensional self. Because of the long growing up process on Earth, most of these higher beings are sharing with adults who have expanded their consciousness into the higher fourth or fifth dimension. However, there are more and more children and adolescents who are able to consciously accept and share the information that is being sent to them via their higher dimensional expressions of self. All of these humans can accept the higher frequency without needing to leave their Earth vessel. It is for this reason that so many humans are eating better, meditating, exercising and doing all that is necessary to raise their resonance so that their higher frequency of self can intermingle with their human form without harming it. Just as only the highest frequency of rocks, which are crystals, can accept and use the higher dimensions of light, only your fifth-dimensional body can fully accept and use the highest frequencies of light. Fortunately, your light body is nestled within your kundalini, which is surrounded by your spinal column. If you are aware of your innate light body, and aware of the giant crystals within the core of Gaia, you likely know that once you capture that higher light, you will share it with Gaia. As you allow this higher light into your vessel, be sure to surround it with unconditional love to protect your fragile third-dimensional body. Also, be sure to send that higher light down through the passageway of your own latent interdimensional light body self and down into Gaia's core and cornerstone crystals in the center of her planetary form. But what will this do to our own fragile third-dimensional body? We hear you ask. Remember, the primary operating systems of Gaia's third-dimensional body is energy out returns as energy back. Therefore, as you offer your own physical body to serve as a passageway for the higher light to enter Gaia's core, that light also enters your core. Just as Gaia's core is already innately fifth-dimensional and awaiting the now to transmute into her fifth-dimensional light planet, your Kundalini core is innately fifth-dimensional and awaiting the now to transmute into your fifth-dimensional light body. What you give will return to you, is an important component of Gaia's 3D operating system of cause and effect. Therefore, as you give away the higher light that you have collected within your own earth vessel, it will return to you from every person, place, situation and thing to which you have sent it. Oh, the glory of the great harvest when all the higher light that you have captured and shared with all life returns to you. It is within that now that you will become what you have collected and shared. Within that now, you will become light,